Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're looking at a new CAO cigar. It's actually a new series they're starting, so we can look for more versions to come in the Arcana series. Today's choice and the first in the series is the Mortal Coil, 6 1/8 by 50. There's your density. Now these cigars, the Arcana series, will be highlighting the secrets and traditions of old world tobacco processing. Now one of these that they're starting with here is Andullo, and Andullo may sound familiar to some of you. Andullo tobacco is wrapped tightly in palm tree pods known as yaguas. Sound familiar? And compressed with rope coiled around the pod. So now we see where kind of going there. Last year I reviewed one from the J.C. Newman company called Yagua. Not related, but just happens to be the same type plant, same type method. This uses a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Connecticut shade binder and filler from the Dominican Andullo, surrounded by Honduran Jamastran, Nicaraguan Esteli, and Dominican Piloto Cubano. That is the long and the short of it. So let's get right to it. The new CAO Arcana series Mortal Coil. On the samples I've had, when you remove the band, it comes off in a coil, and it should start right there and just peel right on around. And not every one of them that I've had comes off in one nice pretty piece, but we'll see how this does. But that's how it's supposed to do it. Very good. Okay, we've gotten lucky here in the last few times. Oh yeah, with our draws, because didn't always get so lucky, do we? You have sort of a fig, brown sugar, nutmeg, a lot of nutmeg in there. It holds down the overall sweetness, and a very nice earthy black coffee. Not overly earthy, but there is some earthiness there. It's starting off with sort of a white pepper. It's not very black pepperish. It aspects are white, and I'm surprised at that. So it's around 7, not that intense. So that's how you start. And I'm anticipating sort of some modification of the flavors I just gave you as we go along. So let's just see. Nice start, pretty good start. Sweet, not bad at all. So I just want to see what we have by the first third. Over here at the first third, and look where we are, right at the band. Now, I've already tested to see which way it's going to come. As you can see right there, I tried to start it, but it actually starts up here. Now watch how I remove the band. Whoops. Well, how about let's do this. This is the band, and it uncoils just like this. So now you're left with this. That is your band. All right, the cigar has made the transition I was looking for. It is rich. The fig notes, and there's quite a bit of brown sugar to go with fig, which is already making a massively sweet flavor, is rich. There's butteriness there, and it's really, really intense and good. The nutmeg is manageable, it's there, and the black coffee helps cut some of the richness and give it a bottom, a depth. Medium bodied. There's not a lot of a finish. It's just a little minute amount of the fig notes, black coffee, with some modest lingering pepper. And I'm calling it pepper because I'm not sure at this point if it's white or black because it's just sort of peppery. It's not very intense. But the first third has ramped up and gotten to be an extremely sweet and tasty cigar. So I'm going to start it at 95 because it's extremely sweet, rich, dark, and I like that. So of the samples I've had, things change as we go along. So that's where we are at the first third. Let's just see what happens as we go along. Well, we're at the end of the second third. And there has been a massive transition. I no longer have the incredibly sweet fig and brown sugar notes. They're very faint. Very faint. I now have a semi-sweet chocolate and a lot of earthy black coffee with some nutmeg thrown in between. Medium to full body. The pepper has intensified. I will now call it black, and I would call it around 7.5 to 8. The finish has faint notes of fig, nutmeg, and improved lingering black pepper. To say there was a massive transition is as strongly as I can word it because it is a huge change. For the second third, I would rate it 90. I realize that's a huge drop from our previous score of 95, but the cigar has made a massive transformation. What I had in the first third is nothing like I have in the second third. I have no idea why it was blended that way, but it is. And now, if you like semi-sweet dark chocolate and a lot of coffee with minor sweetness, then hey, this is now played into your hand. But for me and how it started, that's my impression. So, with a third left, I can't really tell you where we're going, but we're on our way. Well, we're down to the end. So let's wrap it up. Would you believe the massive changes kept going? I have never, in my experience of reviewing cigars, having cigars, being around cigars, had a cigar change as much as this one. Now you have pretty much unsweetened chocolate and black coffee with the most minor If you scared it with a balloon pop, you might get a little sweetness here and there, but it's very minor. Very close to full body, and the black pepper has really gone up. It's probably 8 plus. The finish is pretty much nutmeg with the slightest hint of something like a residue of the fig, but it's just so minor, so minor. In essence, the bottom dropped out. It's nothing but darkness. And the way it started was fantastic. I have to report what I get. So the final third, I would rate it 83. It is nothing at all like it started, and for me, it's nothing. At this point, I wouldn't want to have it. The first third, I'd love to have it all the way through. Look where it started. It was a straight downhill trek from that first third. Your overall score is 89.33. That's as good as I can give you. It's just an amazing transformation, and I don't know what the end game was supposed to be, but that's what it is for me. So there you have it, the new CAO Arcana Mortal Coil, 89.33.